And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing FortressCraft Evolved. Well, I've dug out a little space down here, down in the cold caverns. We are going to start the process. I've got the mine shaft dug. That goes all the way down to that area down below. I've got a little hazard catch there for the blocks that dropped for when I was clearing all this stuff out. And in the process, I opened up the mine shaft and all that kind of stuff and came over here and scanned this crystal. And much to my surprise, 851,000 crystal. That is probably a few that are tied together, but by far the biggest crystal vein I have ever seen in the game. At least, I know it's multiple sections that are connected, but still, you can still mine that with just one ore extractor. So that is phenomenal. I wanted to make sure I avoided that at all costs. But we've got quite a bit of space here to work with. And I've got this area right here set up for our awesome cargo lifts. I've got lots of rack rail on me. Not sure how much I'll need. I've got 2,900. Keep in mind, it uses 2 for every block you go down. And for every one of these, it takes 4 iron. So 2,900 of these is around, let's see, it would be about 3 times 4. So 12,000 iron to build those. Pretty pricey. So let's see. Where are my cargo lift controller? And I want the rack rail here. So let's set these back here. So there's one. And I'll put this one over here. That way we have room for 2 more if we need them. And so let's get some hoppers. It's best to put hoppers when you're doing the rack rail step. It's best to put them right beside the thing if you can. So I'm not sure how many we're going to need. These also need power. I've also got in this setup the space down here hollowed out. So I can run power and everything that I need right through this process. So I want to bring up power, and I've got camel bots out here sniffing around, figuring out if they can steal stuff. Let's see, power would probably be best brought. I'm gonna have to, these things can consume quite a bit of power. So I don't want to get too linked into just one or 2 beams. I really want to make sure we've got power. So let's do it this way. Let me put a battery right there, because the centers are not going to be used. It's a good spot for power. So let's plan on, well, let's put this facing up. Is that hitting the battery? It is. Let's give it a lens. And then let's drop down, and I think that was right there. Trying to be a little bit smarter about my power moving around. So let's clear this out. I've put a floor into this just because it's a lot easier to work with, like deep mine shafts, when you've got periodic floors around. So I want to pull power from here, and let's beam it. I could beam it straight across I would just have to dig out those blocks. So instead of doing that, I want to put that there, put a beam there. Let's try to line this up all the way here. I think it's right here. There it is. It should be beaming power into that battery now. Got a little step up here. Yeah, I see you, Camelbot. We're gonna need some turrets down here, I think. There's another one there. There's another one over there. They just keep coming at me. So yeah, I'm not sure how much power these things draw. But let's throw some rack rail in there. I know I've got them here somewhere. And see how far those get. Let's see, there's 6, 7, 8. So that will only get down 400 blocks, and 400 puts us at about minus 650. And I know that's at least 750 down there. That's why I had so much rack rail on me. So I'm not sure how it chooses which hoppers to pull out of, but I do know that I need to get rid of this floor. So let's do this. There we go. Take that one out. I should have done this before I started the process, because now it thinks it's done. I know you're installing rails. State blocked, state blocked. You're not blocked anymore, I can assure you. Okay. Yeah, it's not coming out of that mode. Maybe if I do this. Rail state blocked. I really don't want to break one of these because that thing would fall all the way down there again. I mean, that's come to think of it, that's a long drop. Stop being blocked, please. Okay. Well, you're going to have to do this. I have to block it again. Really? Sneak under there. Oh, I did it again. And then break that. Break that. I should get those back. Then unblock it. Then rebuild them. And I'll use the trusty zoom here. Put that one back. And that one can go back. Scanning. There it is. Now they should There they go. Okay, let's make sure I refill these. All right, I'll put some more in there just because. And let's ride the elevators down, see how far those get. I mean, they're going pretty far because we need to go down there anyway. I built some matter movers. I have 2 of the quads, 4 of the duals, and then 8 of the basics. And the reason I have 2 of each, I have 2 trenchers down here that are going to need it. Where's my other? There it is. And so I'm going to have 1 of each of the quads. So those are going to be able to put out 600 per minute. And one of those trenchers can actually put out more than that. So I'm gonna start with 1 and then work on it from there. I think a trencher with a full side exposed to ore can put out about 1,000 a minute. So like this face right here, you know, it's a 3x3 and all faces. So if we look, it's 405 per haul, and there's 2 hauls a minute, so 800 per minute. So 600 should be doing me pretty good. And let's see if those rack rails are gonna get anywhere close. I can see them right there. I can use my jetpack to zip up there really quick. Yeah, there they are. I'm only seeing 1 of them though. And I'm out of power. I wonder if there's something blocking the next one. Oh no, there it is. Just a little bit slower than the other one. Turn my jetpack off. It's consuming a lot of power. And now there's a camel bot down here because he fell. I don't think camel bots take fall damage. Wow, tough little bugger. Okay, so the matter movers, let's get those going here. So the quads, it needs to be on the battery. And those are going to beam out this way. Let's actually get some chevron signs over here. Kind of give us a visualization of where those are going to go. And now these can only go 16 meters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Amazingly, that's right on the money. And to be sure, I'm not going to put them too far. That's good enough, because we are going to have, I want to be able to zip up here really quick. So I want another hopper right here. So this matter mover will beam it into this hopper. And so I want 2 more matter movers to move them. You know, it's going to half it, but it's going to half it in a way that it's the same speed. So we want, those are the duals. That was the quad. So these, how do I want to do this? Do I want to beam down? I might want to beam down. So if I do this, beam that down, do this, beam that down. Okay, so there we go. We've got a 600 items per minute and then 300 items per minute. So far we're doing pretty good. Now I want the next item needs to be just the regular matter movers. And I'm going to need a few of these, actually. So if we put a hopper on each side of this, those are going to beam right into this hopper. And so these are going to have to go out like this, out like that, out like that, and then one more out like that. I'll figure out power here in a second. But since these are staggered, I can stagger the hoppers that they're beaming into. So like one of them there, so that's the bottom one. And I can come up here and put that one, that's the top one there. And since those go 64, I can go out a little bit more. Let's go 2 more out and put one here. And go 2 more out and put one, 2. I can put one there. So there is the staggering of the hoppers. Now for each one of these, I can have multiple tubes coming out to fill the cargo lift. So that was my plan for this. And I'm going to need to route the power and everything, which it won't be too bad. I mean, I'll have probably a battery here and here. That's 2 batteries. That's powering all of those. That one's going to be a little trickier because of the fact that they're separate like that. But I could have a battery here, here, and maybe here. And that will take care of those, and then this main battery will take care of that one. So that's kind of the design I was thinking of. For this one, I'll do something very similar and take it off of multiple sides, beam it just a little bit this way, and have a whole set more of tubes that are coming out to keep up with all of the moving of materials. Now I could set up matter movers on all of these to beam directly into the cargo containers, and kind of forego the use of tubes altogether. But these are going to be pulling so much power, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to handle all that. I mean, that's a lot of power that we're going to be pulling just for this one, and we've got a whole nother one right over there. So I don't think the rack rails made it, and I don't know what happens when they hit the ground, if they just dig themselves out or if they actually stop. I think they actually stop, so we can just pump it full of more rack rail, and then wherever it stops, and then we pull it out from there. Are you gonna stop? Jesus. I don't want to go down, I want to go up. Thank you. No, I want you to go up too. Up. Okay, rack rail was over here. I've already built the 2 cargo lifts. I've just got the improved. The improved take 1 of the Mark V inductions, and the next level, the bulk, takes like 4 of them to make. And the Mark V or Mark IV inductions, or Mark V inductions, are so horrendously expensive to make that I just can't justify using it. I mean, it's crazy how expensive those are. But that'll have to do it for this episode. So I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.